Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we are going to be looking at the today's lead code question, which is valid parenthesis string. So we are given a string s, and then there will be three type of characters, which will be one is open round bracket, and then there is going to be closed round bracket, and then there is going to be a star. So for this we are going to consider whether this is valid string or not. So for any open bracket there should be a closed bracket, and then for the closed bracket there should be a open bracket, and then there will be a star where it it can have like it can be represented for the right bracket or the left bracket, or it can be taken as empty string. So we need to, we are given a string, and then we need to figure out whether this particular string is valid or not. So let us consider these three examples where we have these strings. So for this, if we consider these particular strings, so let us consider from the starting where we have this particular open bracket. For this open bracket, whenever we have open bracket, we are going to take two variables. It will be like considering the low and then high. Low represent the number of open the number of open brackets which is of the lower limit, and then high represent the number of open brackets which we can have maximum. So this is going to be equal to 1 at the starting. Why? Because this is open bracket. If we consider here, and then we are going to move this to here, and there is a closed bracket. So that's why we are going to decrease low to 0, and then high to 0. And then for the next element I will move I to here, and then we are going to increase low to 1, and then high to 1. And then we are going to move I to next element, then we are going to increase the low to 2, and then low to 2. And then we are going to move star to here. So when we consider star, we can consider it as open bracket or closed bracket or empty bracket. So let us, if we want to see the lowest value, then we need to consider it as closed bracket. If we consider it as closed bracket, then we are going to decrease low to low minus minus, and then high will be increased to 3. Why? Because we can consider it as open bracket. And then we are going to move high to here, then this is going to be low becomes 0, and then high becomes 2. And then we are going to move to here, and then low will be like the maximum of 0, and then low minus 1. So this remains low equal to 0, and then high becomes 1. And then we are going to move I to here, then low will be 0 itself, and then high becomes 0. So at this particular point, after completion of whole string, we are going to have low equal to 0. So that's why we are going to return it as this is a valid string. Then so we are going to return it as true. And then we'll come back to the second stage where we have this open bracket. For this open bracket, we are going to take low to 1, and then high to 1. And then we are going to move I to next element. For this we are going to decrease low to low minus 1, which is going to be 0, and then high to high plus 1, which is going to be 2. And then we are going to move I to here, then this becomes uh, high becomes 3, and then low becomes 0 itself. And then we are going to move to here, then low becomes 0, and then high becomes 2. And then we are going to move to here, then the I becomes 1, and then low will be 0 itself. And then we are going to move here, then the I becomes 0, and then low will be 0 itself. And then we are going to move here. At this particular point, we are going to decrease I to minus 1. So whenever we have minus 1, that means we we have more right brackets but not enough left brackets. That means this left bracket is not matched with the right bracket, as it contains more right brackets. That's why we got high equal to a negative. So that's why we are going to return it as false. For this particular case as well, this becomes this and this becomes match, and then for this and then this becomes match. And then for this, whatever we consider it as open bracket or closed brackets, this will not be matched. So that's why we are going to return it as false. So let us go through the code once. So we'll be considering the lower limit and then upper limit. Suppose we'll pick the current character from the string. if the current character is open bracket, then we are going to increase the lower limit and then upper limit. And then let's say if the current character is a closed bracket, then we are going to decrease the lower limit to lower limit minus 1. But there can be we need to consider maximum of 0 and then lower limit minus 1. And then we are going to decrease the upper limit, and then for this as well we are going to consider the same thing, lower limit equal to lower limit minus 1 and then comma 0. And then for this upper limit will be increased to upper limit plus plus. And then at last, if the upper limit is less than 0, that means we do not have the correct balanced string, that's why we are going to return false. And then if the lower limit equal to 0, then we are going to return it as true. And then if we come to the time and space complexity, the time complexity is going to be big of n, and then space complexity is going to be big of 1. Yeah, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching the video.